Hey guys, my name's Alberto, aka A Destroyer 48, aka Subscribe for Food. Ha ha ha. Um, Today I went to go see Transformers Beast Wars. Hmm. Well, so happy to report that ticket prices weren't as high as they weren't. I went on a day on Tuesday where the prices are pretty low. Um, and there wasn't a lot of people, so I scored big time. Um, it was really good that there was not a lot of people there. I don't like to be waiting in line or whatever. Um, so Transformers Beast Wars. What can I say about it? First of all, I have made a mistake. I heard like in a commercial or something they were advertising this movie, and I thought they said that the Predacons were gonna come out. And I had a live stream and I said, "Oh, I want to see this because the Predacons are gonna come out." Because I had mentioned the Predacons. There's like a lion, a bull, rhino. Although there was a rhino in this film, a lion and a hawk. I don't know if I got them all right. And they all combine to make a big robot. Because the original Transformers, which are so cool, and no, it's not the Predacons. It's the Terracons. Now, the Terracons, I'm trying to remember it. And in the original cartoon, the Terracons are pretty cool themselves. I think there's this like walking shark kind of deal, robot. I believe he's a Terracon. And then there's like two. I think there's two like there's a. Let me put it this way. There's a two-headed dragon. I think it's gray. It walks. It has two heads. I believe that's a Terracon as well, right? It looks cool. It shoots. It with two heads shoot fire or something like that. It looks really cool. And then there's another two-headed one. I think it's a Terracon too. I'm not sure, but it's a yellow two-headed dragon. But this one flies. The other one is like a dragon. It's like a I don't remember what that dragon's called. That dragon you see at the zoo is really big. It's like one of those, but it's two-headed. But that the one on the just walked. It doesn't have any wings. Oh, anyways, those are pretty cool. And in the movie, of course, Hollywood they change everything. They look nothing like that. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get more into this that right now, but I'm just talking to the I'm spitballing from the top of my head. That's the first thing I want to say. Now, when I went to actually see this movie, Transformers, Beast Wars, I was thinking there was after the original um, Transformers, they came up with Beast Wars like 5 to 10 years later, and I was not a fan of Beast Wars. They did not look anything like the originals. The originals look way more cool. And but I only saw this because I thought the Predacons were gonna come out, so misfire. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to the movie. When I got there, the first thing I didn't like was they had the gorilla. If y'all seen the previews, the gorilla. There's a cheetah and there's like a hawk. I am not a fan of these transformers or robots that have hair on them. Okay, let's say it's a robot with hair. You can say, well, the Terminator, if y'all seen the Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he plays a robot or cyborg that he's a robot, but he's covered with human skin to blend with the humans so he can help, so he can terminate the humans faster, like than disguise, you know. Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger being the Terminator can get away with that. This can't. No Bob, no Bob, no no Bob, whatever. It starts off with these gorillas. They have hair in their head, and then they have hair here in their robots. It looks dumb. I'm sorry, it looks dumb. I'm gonna repeatedly say that. Cheetah has hair, and part robot have hair. It looks dumb. To me, it reminds me of a pimp car, like a Cadillac that has leopard seats. The one that comes out in Scarface or anything like that. That's what it looks like. It's like a Cadillac's supposed to look cool. Just I'm not even a fan of Cadillac, but I know people like Cadillacs. But the leopard thing, I mean, it's oh my gosh, it looks ghetto. It looks cheap. There's a hawk that comes out, right? He would look cool in design the way he's shaped, but he has feathers or I don't hair, man. I mean, it looks so dumb. Let me say this: even if you're not, let's establish this: the Transformers from the '80s cartoons that I'm a big fan of, they do not look like that. Even if a kid grew up with Beast Wars or they like this, I would debate about it. I'm not to pick on a child or anything, but I'm just saying in theory, debate with them and say, you know what, that looks dumb. I don't care if it's new to you, it looks dumb. Because throughout history and film, how many freaking robots besides the Terminator have hair on them? It just looks stupid. I mean, wow. While we're talking about the Transformers in this, let's talk about the other ones. Um, the Autobots, Optimus Prime looks the same. I wish they'd make him look better. Um, Let me just say it one more time. I'm a fan of the '80s cartoon animated, the originals. The when they started these Transformer movies, they already had changed them a lot. Optimus kind of, and I lie, he looks kind of close to. I mean, they did an okay job of making him look like the '80s cartoon. He's okay. They scored a little bit of points with me because he came out with the axe. He has an axe weapon, and in the original cartoon, he fights with a axe weapon, and he fights in the cartoon. He fights Megatron, and Megatron is known for having I don't know what it's called, a mace I think it's called. It's like a metal stick like this, has a chain, and then you wheel it, and connected to the chain, it's a ball with spikes. Yeah, it's okay weapon. It's kind of I would think it's hard to fight with, but hey, that's what the knights used back in the day. So I get points with that. RC is a female Autobot. I think this is her first appearance. I don't remember she came out in another Transformer movie. Um, what I didn't like about RC is in the '80s cartoon, she's a car. She's a pink car. She looks alright. She looks okay. Um, the first toy came out. It does not. One of the first RC. It does not look that good because she has like the whole thing in the back of her. They could have made her better. Now they made better designs, but now they're making now in the movie RC is a motorcycle. So I don't like that they changed that. But I think they did do a good job with RC where she was a robot form. She looked okay. She looked kind of cool. Um, I'm not gonna go through all the Autobots because there's some new Autobots that are. It looks like they just made them up. And if I don't remember them from the originals. Mirage, He looks like the other Autobots from the other Transformer movies. He's one of them that turned into like a lot of bits and pieces, transforming turns to little bits and pieces. It's almost a pizza. I don't like that because again, the original Autobots, the cartoon wasn't like that. Look, so it doesn't look like I'm just babbling about yesteryears, the '80s cartoon Autobots, get it, Alberto, whatever. Look, here it is. Here's one. This is an '80s from the '80s. It's Autobot Wheeljack. Now, y'all can give me your opinion on this. And I'm not just saying that to comment and be popular. I'm really want to know stuff like this. I want to have your guys' opinion. This looks like Wheeljack. It from the '80s. You got the feet. Obviously, that's going to be the front of the car. And then the arms, more likely, usually they just go to the side. He goes back. He turns into an Autobot. He looks more cool. And for Hollywood to do the designs and all that, it'd be a lot easier. And I think they'd save money instead of turning to a lot of different little pieces. He looks better. He does, and if anybody disagrees with me, that's fine. It's your opinion, but this is my opinion. I mean, he looks cool. And I'm gonna say this once before I forget. Hollywood needs to stop changing it so much. If you're gonna do a movie based on a show, an idea that I don't want to say you stole, you got the rights with whatever. Stick with it, man. Stick with most of it. This is what I have to say. They said in theory, or not theory, but I guess it's actual facts, there's more adults living than there is kids. That's what they say. Is it true? That's what I've heard several times. And if that's true, the market, a bigger market is the adults. The ones that actually grew up with us when we were kids, when we were kids in the 80s. Gentlemen like me that were, or ladies too, whoever's a tomboy or whoever liked it or just liked it. No offense to anybody. No offense to y'all ladies out there. But we're the target for marketing. We should bring in more money. On top of that, most of us are parents. I'm not a parent, but most of us are on my age, are parents, and they're gonna decide whether they're gonna take the kid to the theaters or not. Right? So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one from how I said, genre from the 80s that doesn't like when Hollywood takes our Autobots or Decepticons and change them from this. This is what we grew up with, and you completely change it, and on top of that, they don't even look that cool. That's just my opinion. I mean, I like Wheeljack. I mean, he's pretty cool. I mean, there's more cooler than him from the '80s, but he's okay. I have another Transformer I'll bring on a little bit. So I went over the Autobots. Yeah, Mirage. I mean, like the '80s Mirage kind of looks like this too, or he looks closer to this, but he looks just different. Um, he was able to change to a whole bunch of vehicles. He really didn't do that in the cartoon. Although Mirage can, he was more for being invincible. By the way, Mirage is the Autobot. I don't want y'all to get lost. He's one of the main characters in this Transformer, and I would think like Mirage being one of the main characters in this movie. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I didn't see that coming, but it doesn't look like him. He looks. I mean, if you're gonna change him to look better than. I say don't change him, but you have to change him. Put him to look better. You know what I mean? Make him look more cool. I might say it at the end, but I'm gonna say it right now. I don't want to forget my point now. Um, you know what this looks like? This looks like whoever's like the owner of, I don't even know what company made this, MGM or what. It's like the owner's like an 80-year-old man, and he has he when he was smaller, he was, he was probably in the young in the 50s or 60s. So Transformers was after his time, and he's like, we'll just do this with the Transformers, and he doesn't know anything about the cartoon. He doesn't. He is skipping the whole thing. When this came out, there's a whole genre of us in the '80s that loved the Transformers, and he says, no, don't let them have that. Give them this. Let's change it this, and they make it completely different. You're losing money, bro. You're losing money, and a director, since he's your employee, has to do what you say. He doesn't make him cool like this, and then he makes Transformers look stupid. It's common sense, but I guess people don't. A lot of people don't. These people don't have common sense, and maybe it's not the director's fault. Maybe the director's more likely to be younger than the owner. You should be making this. You want to make more money in a movie? Make it like this. You're gonna be copying a product from the 80s, like the Transformers. Make it like this. But they already screwed up with the first Transformer. They were already doing this. So I've gotten over most of the Autobots. They had a big cargo plane that was like old and stuff, and it's an old Autobot with a mustache. I thought when I saw that transport Autobot, when he transformed a robot Autobot, he had a mustache. I thought it looked dumb, but then I forgot about Scourge. Scourge. Okay, let's go to the Decepticons. Now I'm talking about Scourge. Scourge. I had to actually look it up on Wikipedia because I forgot. I wanted to make sure who I thought it was, and I was like, who was he? I need to make sure, because if I come here saying Scourge is his robot and I completely missed, then I'm gonna look really dumb. So I looked it up, and Scourge is a second command to Unicron, and I'm gonna go over them right now. No, I'll go ahead and jump in right now. I don't even know I mentioned Unicron now. Good thing I mentioned Unicron. Unicron is a planet that eats other planets, which is cool. There was a Transformer animated movie that came out in the 80s. Unicron came out. He looked super cool. I have the movie. I should have brought it out here, but I didn't. He usually starts off as a planet, and he's eating other planets. He eats all the resources. He'll try to eat all the robots, all that stuff. And Unicron sometimes has robots living. Since he's like a planet, a middle planet. He sometimes has robots that live inside him and stuff like that. Like the Sharkticons, man. The Sharkticons should have came out. Now they're pretty cool. There's some ball like this. They look more like piranhas and stuff. And they were living in Unicron in the animated film. But back to Unicron. In the animated movie, like I say, he's a planet that eats other planets. He's metal and stuff, like Cybertron. But he could also turn into a robot. And so I don't forget, he doesn't turn into a robot in here. And he looks cool. Okay. Now, in this movie, Transformer Beast Wars, said it a million times. Unicron is the planet. These other planets has robots working under him, and they call them the Terracons. And second in command is a Decepticon called Scourge. And I looked it up. Oh man, I didn't bring my phone. But Scourge kind of like, it doesn't matter. I didn't need my phone. I remember now. Scourge looks like this. He looks I'm sorry, in the cartoon he looks like this. This is Scourge in the 80s cartoon, right? Scourge. And there's the back with Scourge. That's what he looks like. I think Scourge looks really cool. But this is it's not Scourge, don't worry. I didn't make a mistake. Scourge does look like this. This is actually Sweep. But Scourge looks like this. He looks like Sweep. Because there's like 3 of them or something like that. Then it's Scourge with another 2 robots that look like this, and these guys follow Scourge. In the cartoon, you see they changed everything again. In the cartoon, Scourge is second command of Galvatron. If y'all don't know who Galvatron is, which they haven't, I don't even think they made a movie about him. In the original Transformers, Megatron, the main bad guy, leader, the leader of the Decepticons, who would rival to Optimus Prime, was hurt very badly in a battle with Optimus Prime in the animated movies in the 80s. And then Megatron and some other Decepticons were put into a shuttle. They had to retreat the battle. There was a big battle when Megatron fought Optimus Prime. They go into Astro Train, another Decepticon. He turns into a space shuttle. All the Decepticons take the injured Decepticons with them, and they go on Astro Train. They go into space. Now, Astro Train is trying to go somewhere salvation so they can escape the Autobots. And he says, I'm low on fuel. And the Decepticons are really mean. And they said, well, we're gonna throw the badly injured Decepticons out. They threw out Thundercracker, these jets that flew with Starscream, Thundercracker, and I don't remember the other one, Lightning, and then a lot of the Insecticons were messed up, and they were badly injured. They threw them out, and Megatron was badly injured battling Optimus Prime, right? They throw them all out of Astro Train, and they're floating in space. And then Unicron comes out, and he changes them to robots. And I don't know which one this guy was. He was either an Insecticon or one of the jets that would hang out with Starscream. Starscream survived. He did not get injured. And one of the robots, they turned him to this cool guy, right? So there's a Scourge. Now, back to hope you're not getting confused. Now back to Transformers Beast Wars. Scourge in there is second to Unicron. They completely changed it. Don't like that. That's for one. And then for two, when you go see Transformers Beast Wars, he looks nothing like this. He does not look like this. Scourge does has wings like this guy. Scourge looks almost exactly like this guy, and I think they are exactly the same. The only difference is Scourge is the leader of the other two that are with him. There's this guy, another guy, same. They look the same, but Scourge is the leader of these two, and he's in second command to Galvatron of the Decepticons in the animated film. When you see Transformer Beast Wars, he's not going to look like this. He's not going to look cool like this. He's not going to have any wings. He's not going to have nothing on top of his head. I think he looks boring. You see how cool this looks with the wings, whatever? Give me your opinion. If you don't think this guy looks cool, I mean, tell me. Sorry, my allergy. I have some salivation. It comes with allergy. I'm sorry. Yeah, but do call me. Do you think this guy looks cool or not? And when you see the movie, I invite you. When you see the movie, tell me if that Scourge is as cool as this guy. And challenge me on it. And if you tell me that, okay, Beast Wars, Transformer Beast Wars, the Scourge in the movie looks better than this guy. I mean, I'm gonna disagree, but I'm gonna respect your opinion. Everybody has a different opinion, right? He looks really cool, man. I pay attention to a lot of the other Autobots and Decepticons, but I don't realize this guy looks cool. I don't like here that he's in the animated film and the cartoon. It's not that cool of a ship, but it looks okay. It's not that bad. Look down here. Backup decor. It's because I haven't opened it. That's what it looks like. You can open it, whatever. Okay, but I'm getting away from the movie. Okay, now we covered Scourge from the Decepticons, I'm gonna go over the other Decepticons. I don't remember a lot of their names. I've only seen this movie once. My other reviews, I've seen movies a whole bunch of times. I remember the names, whatever. And this, I don't even think it's supposed to be on Wikipedia because it's a brand new movie. Or the Beast, I'm sorry, not this, but the Beast Wars. They have a Decepticon, a female Decepticon. She's pink, like RC, and she looks pretty decent. But I think she's new. Okay, I don't agree with another female robot coming in. I mean, it's okay. She could have battled RC, but I don't remember her fighting RC in the movie. She looked cool. She looked decent, even though they may have made her up. I don't remember any female robots in the Decepticons. If you've seen the movie, The Age of Ultron, it's one of those, what they call the movie that comes out with Thor, The Avengers, The Age of Ultron. Remember Ultron had all these copycat robots that looked like him or something? The Terracons, that's what most of them looked like. There were a whole bunch of them. For the exception of Scourge and the exception of the female robot. I don't remember. I don't even remember. I think those were the main two. I don't remember any of the other bad robots. There was a lot of little robots that kind of looked like Scourge. They were running on all fours or something like that. I don't know what. They're called the Terracons. And in the original cartoon, there's nothing like that. The Terracons are only 3 of them. If I was a director, what I would have done to make it a better movie is make 3 Terracons, make them really strong, and then have the Autobots weaker, but find a way how to defeat the Terracons. It would have been a way better movie. Fans like me from the 80s, it would have been way better. If they would have made the Autobots look like this, like we grew up with, it would have been way better, and you would have made more money. And that's basically the Terracons right there. The main actor, it's like a Puerto Rican guy, not to be racist, I don't know what to call him. Latino. He reminds me of something Luciano. He's like another version of that. He really reminds me of him. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. I cannot pronounce his name. Luciano. That guy I think he could have played a role in here if he was younger. Maybe they didn't because he's older. I don't even know how old he is now. He might be in his like 55 or 60. He should be younger than that though. He came out in Land of the Dead. He played one of the main characters. And he's there in this movie. He's like he's the main story. Well, the Transformers the main story. He'd be the second story. He looks like he's in his early 20s, and he has a sick brother, has a sick hand, and they live with their mother. Their mother's working all the time, and Luciano trying to get a job to pay the bills. And because they're about to lose their apartment because they can't pay the bills. Again, his brother has a sick hand. He'll have to take care of him. It's getting worse. And then they have some other girl that works in art, or with artifacts. Sorry, and she ends up with a part that again, with a part they need to save the universe, kind of deal. Yeah, it's another thing for me. This, since I'm older, these movie lines are they're or these movie stories, they tend to be predictable. I kept telling myself a perfect movie. You know what? And to me, there are perfect movies, but it's like try to go for a perfect movie. Scarface to me is a perfect movie. There's a couple of other movies perfect. Return of the Living Dead to me, perfect movie. Um, from Dusk Till Dawn, perfect movie. They just blew me out of the water. What do I say? Water. They blew me out of the water. Transformers did not blow me out of the water. The soundtrack was really good. It's like late '80s, early '90s. They had a group called. They had songs from Black Sheep. Oh my gosh, I was like obsessed with Black Sheep. It's rap. Black Sheep is a rap group. If y'all don't know, for younger people, this is before your time. Late '80s, early '90s kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't remember when Black Sheep came out. I think it came out in the early '80s. I can't even talk. No, not. It came out in the early '90s because there was a show called Living Colors, kind of like Saturday Night Live, and they had musical guest Black Sheep come out, and I don't remember the name of the song. Doesn't matter. It goes engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train goes off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. That song comes out. I love that song. It's awesome. They had another song from Black Sheep. They had LL Cool J. Mama said, "Knock you out." You guys that are around my age, whatever, you're gonna remember this. And then if we have any younger people, teenagers, watch it, they're gonna be, "What's that? What is going on here? What is that music?" So I did the Autobots, the Decepticons, the soundtrack, and title. I mean, oh, was it not the title? What was I saying? The storylines, and you kind of like guessed it if you thought it earlier. Of course, Unicron is gonna try to take over the Earth, eat it up, and because he kills planets, that's what he does. Yeah, another story. Unicron, it just no. And the animated films, like I was saying, Unicron is a planet, but he can turn into a robot. What this movie did get right is Unicron is a planet that came out here in Transformer Beast Wars. It looked like the same. It looked good. And that's, I think it has to be harder to make Unicron in a real movie compared to an animation movie. I think an animation make Unicron it's easier. They just do it in a computer, whatever, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. They had to make Unicron here like in a real action movie. I'm pretty sure it's a lot harder. And they got that right on the dot. That's one of the few good things this movie did. They got except for the exception is they did not show Unicron turn into a robot. Could they have done it? I'm pretty sure they could. Have animator. I mean, have special effects and all that. Oh, that's the word I was looking for today. Special effects. Have special effects done crazy stuff like that big? I'm pretty sure they have. Man, I had another thought. Oh, and then they said, I don't know what y'all think about this, but I know in this movie, this Transformer movie, that there's still an ongoing battle in Cybertron with Autobots and Decepticons. In a way, because I remember I remember, and I believe it was the first Transformer movie. One of the awesome scenes in the first Transformer movie, they showed the battle for Decepticons. They had these little robots fighting everywhere on Cybertron. That looked awesome. And then the Autobots escaped in a ship. They escaped it. I mean, that was really cool. That was spectacular. That was spectacular, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you the truth, this is my first review of a Transformer movie. I've only had this channel doing my videos for like 3 to 4 months. So I have not gotten to Transformers. I mean, that was spectacular. But the thing I'm thinking about is, and in there, the battle for Cybertron, if I remember correctly, they said the Autobots were losing. And that's because they took off, right? Optimus Prime took some Autobots, not all of them. He took a lot of them to come over here on Earth. So it's kind of weird because they abandoned. Oh my gosh, but I'm getting away from it. But the thing is, now they say there's still a battle for Cybertron. I thought the Autobots were losing. It's like, what are you going to tell me now that the Autobots are hiding in Cybertron and they're fighting guerrilla tactics? Like the Vietnam War? I don't know. That kind of like had my mind stumped a little bit. The acting was okay. It was fine. It's just very predictable. I'm gonna say this at the end of the credits. You know how they do show something has happened next. That they did have a good idea. And no, I'm not gonna be mean. And I'm not gonna tell you. A lot of my movie reviews, I do spoilers, and I'm not gonna do spoilers here in a brand new movie. I'm not doing that. I was like, wow. I mean, that one that they got right too. They had something where like it blew my mind. It's probably gonna blow your mind. I never saw it coming. Now that they got right, but going for the rest of the movie, let's go over it again. Autobots, most of them I did not like. And then the animal, the Beast Wars. I don't even know what they're called, Mammatons, or I don't know what. I can't even remember their names. So, because they have a gorilla and a cheetah, and they have and the hawk. I did not like them because of the hair thingy, and I don't even think they're considered Autobots. They have a different symbol, a Beast Wars symbol. I don't know. So the Autobots, most of them I don't like. The way they look. Optimus Prime was the only one that looked kind of okay. The Beast ones, the good guys, the gorilla, the hawk, and the cheetah did not like that at all. It ruins it. It makes the movie worse with hair on robots. I don't like that. The Decepticons, Scourge, no, I didn't like them. All the Terracons, they were like mainly little robots, did not like that. The only thing I liked was the Terracon that was a female robot, and the planet, Unicron, that was awesome. But they should have put him as they should have had him transform. But more likely, I think they're gonna try to do a sequel, and maybe hopefully they'll have him transform on that. Maybe they're to do that. But the thing is, maybe they should have had him transform as a robot. They need to say this movie needed. What I'm trying to say, this movie needed better points. And Unicron changing into a robot would have been another bright spot in this film. I want to hear your comments, guys. If you older gentlemen or anybody can do comments, but the older gentlemen, I don't mean to call us old, men from our genre that grew up with the Transformers from the 80s, please let me know, do you mind these Autobots, whatever, looking totally different from the robots we grew up with? Do you mind or you don't mind? I'm not asking you to comment to up beef my show. Or I really like to know. I like to learn. I don't have that many friends and stuff like that, so I know, sad but true. So I need to ask you guys. You know, um, and I don't know. These movies are still gonna continue to be like that. I look forward to making to doing. I'm not. I'm kind of iffy if I want to do reviews on the other Transformer movies. I don't know. I have a lot. I don't even have. I don't even think I own one Transformer. Uh, Transformer movie. I only have the animated one. I don't have these other Transformers. I don't. That says something in itself. That I don't care much for it. They don't want to do this. They don't want to. They don't want to make cash in and try to make these Transformers. Make the movie Transformers look like these Transformers of the '80s. I mean, I think even the kids from now. Oh, okay. Now I remember what I was gonna say. Let me grade Transformer Beast Wars, and I have two grades for it, good and bad. Transformer Beast Wars. Let's say it's for the kids. Let's put the kids first, right? Put the kids first. Teenagers that did not grow up with this. Teenagers and kids for Transformer Beast Wars. For them that did not grow up with this and they don't know a clue about this. For a grade for them for entertainment value, I would give it. I give it a B plus. They they will like it. Only if there's kids out there that are like me and actually agree that it looks stupid to put hair on a robot, on a transformer. Now for us guys that are around my age and we grew up with this cool looking bots. Transformer Beast Wars for us guys around my age. Sorry, I keep repeating myself. I'm gonna give Beast Wars a freaking. I'm gonna give it. I don't know. I'm deciding. I'm gonna give it a D plus. A D plus. I was battling. I was trying to be nice about it and give it a C minus, but it's just disappointing. Oh, let me tell you what I was thinking about watching Beast Wars Transformers. I just remembered when I was watching Beast Wars Transformers. Sorry about repeating myself. I wanted to get out of there. I did not care to see the ending. A big part of me, 90% of me, my soul, my spirit, my mental health, all that, I wanted to leave. Why didn't I leave? Because I paid my ticket to go see it, and I might as well see the rest of it. Um, I have not gone to the movie since COVID. I don't remember the movie I saw. I think one of the last movies I remember seeing at the theater was that movie with Selena Gomez, The Dead Man Walk or something, some zombie movie. I don't remember after that. And then during COVID, I stopped going. And then now this is my first movie back. Now this is what this is what I'm expecting, or what I'm waiting for, is to see. I want to see a movie, and I get anxious during movies. I gotta not, because I'm diabetic and I have all these, or I have a nervous condition, whatever. Not to eat too much sugar at the movies because I wanna. I'm very edgy. I used to have my wife like like rub my back to calm me down. Here, I didn't make that mistake. Um, I just drank water and then before the movie, and I ate something and then had my sugar. But this still made me want to leave. The movie itself, not my nervousness, the movie itself made me want to leave. So what is it saying? I did not like the movie. I did not care to. A lot of part of me did not care to see what was gonna happen, what the ending was gonna be. Once again, I just stayed because I paid my ticket to be there. Might as well stay and watch it, right? I mean, I've only ran out of one movie, and one movie was with Antonio Banderas called Elvita, and that was a musical, and I did not see a reason. That's the one I ran out of. That's the one that scared me. It really was just wasting my time. I could not stand Madonna singing in that movie. She's a good singer, but not a good singer in that movie, and the songs are horrible. So I think I said mostly everything I want to say about Transformer Beast Wars. Um, I gave you like, I think some people are gonna like it, but I'm not one of those people because I need my stuff to look cool, man. It needs to look legit, represent like these robots. That's why I bought them. A movie's different. You don't know what you're gonna get into. Even if you see a critic and they say they like it, doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. Or a critic says they don't like it, doesn't mean I'm not gonna like it. I had to try it. I had to go see for myself. I made a mistake. I thought they said Predacons. They said Terracons. And even the Terracons are cool. And these robots don't. These Terracons and Beast Wars really stink. Terracons in the '80s cartoons rule. Terracons in Transformers Beast Wars sucks. And you know what? If you see, I have like 12 movies out, something like that. I have 12 movie reviews out on my on my videos. If y'all want to watch them and stuff, if you were to let me tell you right now, if you watch 12 of my videos, I liked all of them, and they're all classic films. And I got excited to tell you the truth. This is the first movie review I do of a recent movie. All of mine are classics. I have From Dusk Till Dawn, Pretty in Pink, mostly '80s movies and stuff like that. Movie I really love and enjoy. Not like this movie. This movie's new and it stunk. Um, I will say they did put a lot of money into it, like trying to make the robots cool and stuff like that. I mean, just like the other Transformers, they did. But they're trying to make stuff cool in a wrong way where it's not cool. You're wasting all that money for nothing. Do these, man. They're easier to transform and you'll save money and you'll make more money on them because they look cool. You can't go wrong with this. And it's marketing my genre, us that grew up with the Transformers. Hey man, Hollywood doesn't get it, and I guess they'll never get it. I think Hollywood's good at make if you have a creator that comes up with an idea, new stories and new stuff, go with that. But don't be copying and ruining our stuff, man. Don't be ruining the stuff. If this movie bombs out, you wasted a bunch of money for nothing because you didn't invest. You didn't invest your money correctly, right? Um, I don't know. I like the storylines. Okay, I mean Unicron's. You're trying to stop Unicron from eating the planet Earth, you know. But the storyline, besides that, about how to get there with a predictable, boring. All right, man. I think that's all I have to say about Transformer Beast Wars. I hope you I hope you enjoyed my. If you're a first timer here, and if you enjoyed my video, think about subscribing. Um, I hope you look at my other stuff, and I'm glad you took a chance on my video. If you're new to my channel, um, so the other thing I was gonna say is actually I'm gonna go with my sister to go see The Flash tomorrow. Now I expect more from that. I've already seen the previews. I think I'm gonna like it. If I don't like the Flash, watching the Flash tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. I think I'm gonna like it. If I don't like the Flash, uh, I would be shocked because I already saw the previews. It looks good. Usually when I go see a movie that looks good, a lot of times it turns out to be good, and I see um, the creativity. Um, I just came up with that phrase and I already forgot what it is. The effects. The effects are good in the preview. I expect the effects to still be good, to come through for me and make a touchdown for me to like the movie The Flash. And like I say, if I don't like it tomorrow, I would be surprised. Um, I am gonna do a movie review on The Flash as well. So if you like this movie review, please check out my movie review on The Flash. It'll be coming soon. I'll do it as soon as possible. I'm gonna see it tomorrow, so for sure I'll be out this weekend. I don't know. I could do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know which day. So watch out for that. Um, Again, if you guys enjoyed my video, please think about subscribing. Um, so this will end. This will. I will be ending my review for Transformers Beast Wars. My name is Alberto, aka Destroyer 48. Subscribe for food, ha ha ha. And I will see you next time, hopefully for the review of The Flash. So bye, take care, love you guys.